So, shall we start with what, in a way, brought us together was the idea of Marshall's e-learning course around unconscious bias.
Yeah.
And can you explain to me about what you think about unconscious bias training?
Firstly, what I'd like to say is most organisations are at different phases of the diversity and inclusion journey. Some organisations are just starting, some organisations have got some fantastic, good practice, but no organisation has got it right as yet. When it comes to unconscious bias training literally raises awareness of the challenges that unconscious biases bring forward in terms of potentially discriminating or oppressing particular groups of people because of our own stereotypes, our prejudices, and how we form those prejudices. And most of that is just lack of knowledge. It almost feels like we have that much knowledge. It's the whole concept of a single story. So if we only know that much about an individual, we're going to base all of our decisions on that much information.
So what do you think unconscious bias is then at its heart?
I see unconscious bias as literally a lack of information, a lack of knowledge, a lack of understanding. I see unconscious bias as being and having a need for more data, a need for more conversations, a need for more understanding of different groups of people who are dissimilar to ourselves. And as I say, most of the decisions that we make throughout the employment cycle are based on our knowledge of different people. The more we know somebody, let's use a sort of a best friend, for example. We know so much about that best friend. On a scale of 1 to 10, we'll probably know about 9. But of somebody that we've just met or somebody from a different background that we know nothing about, we'll know 1. But if that friend applies for a job and that individual that we don't know applies for a job, who are we going to give it to based on the knowledge that we have? But the need for unconscious bias training, there is still a huge need for unconscious bias training, but there needs to be an appreciation that it's just the first phase. So it's that, gaining of an understanding that we need to know more about the people that we're excluding, but why we're excluding those individuals.